and there's so many cool things happening from a consulting standpoint, from a data analytics standpoint. And, I'd love to just kind of let you set the table of like where you see the market going and some of the interesting insights you're finding.
Yeah, so I think what you just said there around there's this excitement again around data, I think is absolutely true. And I think I'll use an analogy, right? For the last 10 or 15 years in marketing, we've been told to like use our data, right? Use your data, right? And people go, yeah, totally. That sounds good. And then they kind of like go away and be like, okay, but now what? Oh, wow, this is really complicated or time consuming or expensive, etc.
Yeah.
And so when I think about, and I think where we're going is we've been kind of sold this dream of like going to the moon, so to speak, with data. But then that kind of gap that we've run into is like, okay, but like, do we have a launch platform? Do we have spacesuits? Do we have like engines? Do we have boosters? Like all of that sort of stuff. And I think now what's super exciting with what we're seeing on the AI side of things is a lot of that underlying infrastructure that was expensive, time consuming, and not really sexy, the cost and resource needed to actually make a lot of that stuff happen is getting compressed, which is awesome. So, what you and I think have been talking about before we started recording was this idea of being able to count things now that we previously haven't been able to count because they've been cost prohibitive or time prohibitive. So I think that's really, really exciting. Like, yeah, of course, AI can create video for us and do all these different things. But I think what's really interesting is like, there have been all these underlying things that we're about to learn about society as a whole, and then specifically in marketing that we're about to learn about our customers because we can now count and pull meaning from all of these different signals that previously have been around us and just kind of hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's the biggest thing and my biggest kind of like, I guess, pet peeve. I don't know if that's the right word, but essentially, how many different platforms did I typically have to log into, right? To
Yep.
try to get meaning. And then if you're running multiple campaigns, you're buying like an ad roll or something like that to easily roll them all together because
Mhm.
and then run it into a dashboard and like figure out like, okay, where's my attribution really, which that's still a huge issue, right?
Yeah,
Of like, like what converted what, and AdWords always got the last attribution.
of
So
course.
people dump more money into AdWords, but it's like, man, the discovery probably happened on Facebook or social. And I feel like that's what's kind of happened in the data recently is it's just kind of left Google and Facebook and it's gone everywhere. And so
Yep.
now like it's starting over to figure out what does that customer journey look like? Even the data set of like, okay, someone had to see your ad 11 times before they converted. I recently saw data on the B2B side that it's 30. Okay.
I
So this
believe
like
it.
there's 30 touch points that happen
Yep.
before somebody buys. It's not that simple of I'm just going to run some AdWords and I'm going to get business. Right.
Yep.
And here's the crazy thing I saw. This is a little bit one off to what I'm talking about, but
Yep.
I'm been seeing in my social media feeds, people post like these affiliate numbers, right? And I'm not in the affiliate space, but they post these
Yep.
affiliate numbers of how much money they're making. I saw a video of a buddy that I know was showing how to write the prompts to create that where it's all fictitious. So all this data
Huh.
of like so we're in a world today to kind of bring it back where you can't trust anything. You got to verify it, right? You
Yeah.
if like and so it's like, okay, what are the data sources? What are you using? Like even for me, I would tend to lean towards search console data
Yeah.
over GA4 data. One is, okay, I got to get recertified in GA4. Okay, that was like one. They keep moving stuff around. They got some good stuff in there, but okay. But what I was finding is we were running like ad data to a couple clients that I was trying to get them to upgrade their servers. Okay. I was like, hey, your
Mm.
data's like your servers are slow, core web vitals, whatever. And um, I could show them the data of like how many people were getting driven to the website and then how many times the pixel fired. And there was a huge delta. And I was
Yeah.
like, people are coming to the website and they're bouncing before the pixel can even load and fire. Like
Yep.
understanding how all these things work and connect is is, 2/3 of the game, I almost feel like, because once you figure out where the data is and
Yeah.
what you need to do, so you can take the data, you can get the analysis, and now the execution is the easiest part. And a lot of people spend so much money on the execution and they spend almost no money on the strategy.